All right, welcome everyone to my driving video of this 2003 Nissan Murano. If you're ready, we're going to take this now for a drive. Going to drive on some city streets and freeway streets and talk about this car and its history a little bit and what I like about it, and kind of give you some feedback about the way it drives and the way it feels. It runs and drives excellent. There's nothing negative as far as drivability. It is comfortable, it's quiet, it's a nice size. I talked about on my walk around video, which you can take a look for as well here on my channel, should be right next to this video. I think this would make an excellent car for a first-time driver, or a young driver, or inexperienced driver, or even maybe an older person. But I think it'd make a great car for anybody, but especially those people, because it has fantastic visibility. The windshield is even very curved. I talked about on the walk around video, it's like you're looking out of a fishbowl, very, very fishbowl-like lens. I believe that, and I know that because it's how it's shaped. And very minimal blind spot and obstruction of view. So just nice visibility. Steering wheel, I always like to comment about. I like this steering wheel. It's nice, it's thick, it's leather. It has these nice grips at the 10 and 2 position. Very nice in the hand, nice size. I like that. I don't like skinny, petite steering wheels. The seat is very bolstered on the sides, on both the butt and the back. I kind of talked about that on the walk around video, but if you look like at this passenger seat, you can see the bolstering on the sides. It's very comfortable, makes you feel very well planted in the seat and in the car, but that's also no surprise because the car is a pretty wide track and length for being a small car, small SUV. So it feels very well planted, very well grounded, very stable. Pretty quiet cabin. I mean, a little bit of road noise, a little bit of going over bumps noise, but this has very nice Goodyear tires on it. I mentioned in the walk around video, and it has brakes that are 80% remaining, so they're still on the like new side. Just had a new power steering pump and power steering fluid, new oil, fresh oil change, a couple new serpentine belts, a few other odds and ends. So you can hear more about that in the walk around video, but this has had really good care and maintenance over the years with the previous owners. This is only a 2-owner car, and the original owner had it for the first 18 years, so a very long time of ownership, and they kept the mileage way below. Right now this should really have double the mileage. The mileage it has is about half of the industry norm, so I consider this to be a very low mileage, about 7,500 miles per year. Yeah, a little bit of interior noise going over a bumpy road like that, but I try to be quiet and not talk as much when I want you guys to hear certain things, but nothing that's uncommon for a car of its age, or any car period. But overall it's a nice ride. There's no obnoxious noises, but it's not as pin drop quiet as a $100,000 Lexus, but it's not a $100,000 car either. The 3.5 liter motor in this is an excellent motor, used across the Nissan and Infiniti platforms in a lot of the different models. It is a timing chain motor, so no need to ever worry about a timing belt. Excuse me. So that's good. Low cost of ownership, low maintenance costs on it. This motor has been used in the Nissan Altimas, the Nissan Maximas, the Nissan Quest minivan, the Z cars that everybody loves. The Nissan 350Z has the same 3.5 liter motor in it. So very broadly used. Infiniti G35, same engine, coupe or sedan in this time period. The fuel mileage of this is excellent. Fuel mileage is for something of this size and in this segment, and for having a V6, quite frankly, 20 miles per gallon city, 24 miles per gallon on the freeway. I think that's great. I mean, I think that's great in today's terms. It was very good for the time period of when this was first new, but that's very reasonable mileage, and you know, especially from a V6 and not a four-cylinder. You know, this has plenty of power, more than anybody could or should need for something in this segment. It's not overly powerful, but it's got plenty of power to do anything you want to do and get out of its own way when you need to. Steering wheel, it's nice and perfectly straight. Recently had an alignment. I talked about that in its recent past service events that were noteworthy of recent past. It had control arms and an alignment and front wheel bearings and spark plugs and transmission fluid changed and a few other things that I talked about on my walk around video. Valve cover gaskets was another thing that was recently replaced. So it has been well cared for and well loved. Also had routine emission testing in the states where it lived, which lends to its overall exceptional condition. Living in both Virginia with the original owner for a long period of time, and then in Maryland, it's passed emission testing, which is a good thing, even though we don't have that right here in Ohio or wherever you may live. Any cars that are subject to emission testing, you know, they have to be up to snuff. They can't have a check engine light on. So it's a good thing when cars have come from areas like that, in my opinion, my professional opinion, simply because of what I just said, that people have to keep them up to a standard to be able to pass those tests. Otherwise, they can't operate their car on the road in those states. So all the better if you are the recipient of one that comes from those areas where things have probably been fixed or replaced that maybe didn't absolutely have to be to make the car run and drive, but had to be in order to pass that test. So it's a good thing. We're headed towards the freeway, so in a few minutes time we'll be at the freeway. Just kind of going there as quickly as I can, but this is the best way to get there, so you get to experience again some variety of roads and road conditions and speeds. So I'm pretty sure I could be off by a mileage, one or 2 miles per gallon, but I don't think that a four-cylinder. I've worked with Honda CR-Vs and Toyota RAV4, something I would kind of sort of say is similar to this, but this is much nicer and a little bit more roomy and a lot more comfortable and a lot quieter. But nonetheless, I think the fuel mileage of a Honda CR-V or RAV4 with a four-cylinder isn't really much, if any, different than what this is. So again, this is a lot more car, a lot more comfort, having the power of a six-cylinder when you want it or need it, and still getting really that superior fuel mileage for something in this segment. It's very quiet overall. I'm very pleased with the sound, interior cabin sound. I am extremely comfortable. I am 6 foot, almost 1, and about 180 pounds depending on the day. And I am extremely comfortable driving this. My head is a good ways. I'm just kind of checking right now. I've got a baseball hat on right now, but my head is a good 3 or 4 inches from the ceiling as I drive. I do have the seat all the way back, but I have plenty of leg room here. I would think that almost anybody of any size or structure would be comfortable in this car, even a few inches taller than myself. I think you could easily still be comfortable in this. Another thing I showed on the walk around video that I can't exactly show you right now while I'm driving, but this being an SL trim, I'm guessing it's probably not on the base models, but this has adjustable pedals. There's a switch on the side of the driver's side seat to adjust the foot pedals in and out, which another creature comfort that certainly makes it more tailored to your individual likes and comfort. Nice safety features also, of course. All-wheel drive, airbags on the front, airbags on the sides, anti-lock brakes, traction control combined with the all-wheel drive. You know, it's got what you need to be safe and be secure. The Bose sound system is very nice in this. I showed in the walk-around video, there's a subwoofer in the back inside the spare tire that helps it achieve a little better bass and make better sound, but the sound system is quite nice in this. Speed here in a moment. Now there's 60, almost 70 right there. Nice and smooth and straight. There's no shaking or shimmying or anything weird like that. It's just nice and clean and smooth all the way. Speed limit is only about 60 here in this construction zone, but it ends just shortly above. Or shortly ahead. Did I say above? I meant ahead. I was looking up. And we're going about 70. Real quick, I just set the cruise control. You can probably see the green cruise light on there on the dash. It says cruise set. I have the cruise set at 66 or whatever that speed says right there. No feet on those pedals. No, cruise control works just fine. Further for this construction to end, I don't remember. Not bad over that big bump on the bridge right back there. Not bad at all as far as ride and feel. We're going almost 75 miles an hour there, 73. Again, take a look here. I'm looking straight ahead as I do this for you, but very fishbowl, like I said. Here, the way the glass surrounds, I mean, you can tell that just by looking at the outside of the car and the shape about how curved the front glass is. But it just really creates an interesting effect driving wise, giving you a lot of good visibility and confidence. Here we go, no more construction. Gonna go about another mile here and get off here at this next exit, but there we are at getting close to 80 miles per hour. 80 miles an hour, only 2,000 RPMs on the engine RPMs, which is probably how the mileage is as good as it is, because the RPMs are low, keeping the fuel economy high. There we go. We're going to speed up and get over in front of this person to get off this exit. But again, easy acceleration and pickup from the 6-cylinder. I mean, I barely had to push the gas pedal down to speed up some to get over, to merge. Very easy. I mentioned on the walk around video, but I'm just thinking about it looking at that tiny Lexus in front of us. The rear seating and the rear seat in this is very comfortable and very nice. It's not, it's just about as comfortable as the front. I mean, it's roomy. The rear seats recline. The fabric and the thickness of the bolstering is very much like the front, and I think it was a nice job done with the design of this SUV, because they didn't try to cram a third row seat in the back, which would have made the back the second row seat much tighter. But this really has a nice amount of space in both the front, the first row, the second row, and even the cargo area. If you watch on the walk around video, of course, you can see me show the cargo area and how much room is back there, and how much room is in the general rear when you fold down the rear seats. And there we go. That's not even pushing that gas pedal down very, very hard to get up to 60 before we even get to the second curve of this on-ramp. Great acceleration, easy. I mean, here we are, 60, 65, no problem to get up to speed, to merge, to get back right up on the freeway and back at 70, 75 miles per hour. Easy, easy. There's 75, 76. Nice and smooth and straight. Back to the construction. But we're gonna keep recording here till we get back to the exit that I'm gonna get off at, and that's where we'll conclude. But I hope this video has helped you to feel and sense what it's like to drive and operate this, and how nice this particular one is, and some of its history. I thank you for watching and joining, and feel free to leave any comments that you like, whether good, bad, constructive, whatever you want to say. If you own one of these, feel free to leave your comment about what kind of car it's been for you as well. I enjoy the community discussions about different things, and it's nice to hear from people that actually own one and their thoughts and feedback to see what they think. I think this is a nice car, a comfortable car, a low cost of ownership car, a very good fuel mileage for something in this segment car, and just reliable. I mean, what else can you ask for? Low cost of ownership, reliable, good resale value always with the nameplate that it has. The mileage is extremely low for the age of this one, so I don't think it. I think it pretty much checks a lot of the boxes of what a lot of people look for that are sensible car shoppers and don't have to have the most expensive and the fanciest and latest and greatest thing on the planet. This is reliable, sensible, and economical transportation that still looks darn good. This car has great looks and great style. I mean, if you want to see more of that, of course, take a look at my walk around video to see more of the outside. But this really has nice looks, nice style. I mean, the 18-inch wheels on this were kind of a big deal for the time period. They were quite large. Now that's kind of the norm, but they certainly lend to its look and style, but also a nice ride quality as well. Especially the fact that they're 18-inch wheels and they don't have a skinny sidewall tire. If it was an 18-inch wheel with a sporty, skinny sidewall like that, it wouldn't ride as nice as it does. But these are, I believe it's 65 series sidewalls, which is about, this thick. So that the taller the sidewall of a tire, the better ride you're going to have. That's why sports cars that have itty-bitty skinny sidewalls usually are pretty stiff, in touch with the road ride, but not everybody wants that in something you're going to drive every day. All right, going to exit here. Once got yelled at by someone watching one of my videos, telling me that I didn't use my turn signal enough. So I do try to do that more so, but it is something I kind of don't bother with if I don't have enough hands, or if I'm focused on making sure I'm focused on driving while bringing you guys this fantastic content that I make. I am an amateur, but I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy to hear your feedback and your thoughts and suggestions of anything I could do differently or better. So I definitely welcome that, and I appreciate anyone and everyone who has watched or any of my content or this video and made it all the way here to the end. Again, in summary, I would highly recommend a Nissan Murano of this time period to anyone. Obviously, the more well cared for and the better the mileage, all the better. But this one, again, check. This one has been well cared for, came from a great area, is super clean, has great mileage, has excellent maintenance records, is completely ready to go and ready to drive at this moment for whoever would like to enjoy it next. And that's worth a lot. No two cars are the same. People have to remember that when you're shopping. You may find two of the same car, but they're never the same. Every car has its own history and its own story, and it's important to know and understand what you're buying and do your due diligence of making sure you're buying a good one. This is a good one, I guarantee it. So with that said, thanks again for your views and your comments. Feel free to leave them, and until next time, I will see you then. Peace. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.